Hey guys, it's Tiffany. What is freaking up, you guys? So in today's video, we are doing the dumbest purchases I've ever made in my 20s video. I don't think this is a tag going around, but I know my friend Monica started this video. Before we get started with the dumbest mistakes I've ever made, let me just preface this by saying that I honestly should not have made any of these mistakes. Most of these money mistakes I made after I graduated, so that is just really embarrassing. But I promise I am good with my money because I literally bought myself my own house in Los Angeles. I worked my butt off to do that, and I do know that I make more than the average person at my age, and I'm really blessed, but that doesn't change the fact that I still make some mistakes in my life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Woo! Let's go. There are plenty of purchases that I definitely regret. Welcome to my college. What? Welcome to my closet, folks. There is a bunch of stuff that is inside of my closet that I regret, but there is nothing more expensive and most regretful than this bag. This freaking Chanel backpack. Can you guys just take a crazy guess? How much do you guys think this is? I'm gonna give you guys a second. Guess how much this bag is? This thing was $4,000. I literally regret this. I know a lot of YouTubers collect designer things. I wanted to be a cool YouTuber like Gabby DiMartino. I've had this bag for 3 years almost. And I've probably used this bag a total of 4 times. That means every single time I've worn this bag, it cost me $1,000 to use. You know what's even crazier about this purchase is that the first 2 years I never used this bag because they actually left a security tag on it, and I didn't want to be embarrassed by walking through a sensor and it going off and then people being like, you stole something, when I didn't steal anything. So this is gonna go in the pile of, I'm gonna give this to my daughter because it was really expensive and I can't donate it or give it away to someone. Hello. The next thing I regret purchasing is currently on this rack. It's not that expensive, but I still really completely regret this purchase. And it is this top. This top is $200. Now, this isn't the first top I have of it. I literally have the exact same one. I have 2 of these. So I have a sister named Tree that I absolutely freaking love. I love her to death. But sometimes your sisters can just drive you insane and make you spend $200 without thinking. It was brand new, and I was like, please don't throw up on it. It is a $200 top. She thought I was kidding. So she goes out that night. I wake up the next morning. I see the top. It has throw up everywhere, and I am pissed. So mad that I buy myself another top. She offered to pay for it. I told her no because I'm very stubborn, and so I paid for it instead of just dry cleaning the other one. That would have been like $30 to dry clean. I bought another one, and guess what, guys? I actually don't like this top. I've worn it once, so I literally spent $200 just to wear it once, and it just didn't look good on me. So moral of the story is don't buy things while you're angry because you're gonna regret it. And instead of throwing something away, just freaking dry clean it. Just clean it. This is the story of how I bought not just one Moroccan rug, I bought 2 Moroccan rugs for $5,000. I got scammed. I'm just kidding. I didn't get scammed. I went to Morocco with Peach and Lily.
These hallways are beautiful. Oh wow.
It's hands down one of the best brand trips I've ever been on. Morocco was amazing. It was beautiful. And in that spirit, I decided to buy myself 2 Moroccan rugs. These rugs were vintage Moroccan rugs. If you're gonna go to Morocco and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on rugs, you should definitely do your research, because I didn't do any research. I actually wasn't really planning on buying a Moroccan rug. It just happened. This rug right here supposedly is dyed with saffron. This rug is 70 years old. Saffron is like one of the most expensive things you can purchase. It's more expensive than truffle, and this entire thing is dyed with saffron, supposedly. But after I got home from Morocco, I looked up a bunch of research on going to Morocco and buying rugs, and I realized that a lot of them scam you. Another big reason I just regret buying these is that I have yet to use them. I have so many rugs inside of my house that I prefer over these rugs. You are supposed to look at Moroccan rugs like works of art, so I'm just gonna try to believe that these are works of art. This is a story of how I spent way too much money on rent. Like a dummy. I know everyone spends money on rent. It is something you have to spend money on. If I hadn't spent so much money on rent, I could have had 100 grand more than I have right now. Isn't that crazy? I bought a house because I knew I was spending so much money on rent, but for the longest time, I was really unsure of where my life was gonna go with YouTube, what my career was gonna look like. Could I actually afford spending $1 million on a house? Because $1 million literally gives you a shack in LA. My last house, I love the house, I love my landlord. That house was $4,200. That was $50,000 a year on rent. That house, literally, it was a 3-bedroom house. It was 1,500 square feet. It was tiny and it was in a really cute neighborhood, but the neighborhood is definitely not the best neighborhood to be in. That was not the only place I spent way too much money on. My last apartment before I started renting a house was $3,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in downtown LA. I didn't have my own backyard. Hell, I barely had my own parking spaces. So really, with utilities and everything, that place was $4,000 a month. This is my living room. We have a fireplace. How big this bedroom is. Stupid LA things. I'm loving this video because you guys get to see little tidbits of my house. But here's a story of how I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on eyelash extensions. So let me start by saying I still have eyelash extensions. These eyelash extensions are only $70 a month, which is really expensive, but so much better than what I used to spend on eyelash extensions. I used to spend $250 a month on eyelash extensions. Faith in people. I think the more expensive you are, the better you must be. And it took me a full year of me spending $250 a month until I realized that I am going broke. So now I go to a girl who's in Koreatown. Her place isn't that nice. It's not that bougie, but she only charges me $70, including tip, every 3 weeks. Yet, this is a story of how I've spent way too much money on camera equipment that I never freaking use. I literally have a drone. I don't even know where that drone is, but here are some other things that I spent so much money on. This girl has 2 stabilizers. 2! I think I've used both of these 1 time each. This pilot fly was like $900. I think Aspen and Parker used this in a video and I was like, ooh, I need to get that. And then this is the Lang P4. With tax, shipping, everything, I have spent $1,600 probably on stabilizers that I've probably used twice. I honestly bought all of this stuff because I thought I wanted to be a Casey Neistat. When your girl is just TiffanyMa, she's never gonna be a Casey Neistat. I am never gonna be a My Life as Ava. So the moral of the story is that if you guys are an aspiring musician, artist, creator, you guys don't need all the newest gadgets and software and gear. Another thing I totally regret spending my money on is Postmates. I used to love the app. I don't really love the app anymore, but when I was living in downtown LA, I was notorious for postmating boba. The boba that I was postmating from was literally around the corner, like 2-minute long. And I would spend $8 on a $4 boba just because I was too lazy to walk my butt downstairs. I am dumb. I've not only done that with boba, I've done that with Starbucks. And I'm starting to realize the more that I'm older, I love to go to restaurants because it is the experience. It's nice and hot, people are waiting on you. But with Postmate, you get none of that. First off, your food comes cold. It comes an hour late. I can't remember the last time my Postmate actually arrived on time. 3, you don't get the experience of being served, but you still have to pay all the service fees on top of the delivery fee and then the tax and the tip. But if you guys need a Postmate code, this is my code. So here's the story of how I totally regretted buying my PT Cruiser. When I was in college, I saved enough money to buy a used car. I was stupid. I decided to look on Craigslist instead of looking at a reputable place. I found this PT Cruiser that was like $5,000. It was super inexpensive. I did a background report on the car, but I never got the car checked out before I purchased it. I drove it around, and when I drove it, there were definitely some problems with the car. Like the key ignition wouldn't start, so I guess the ignition starter was broken, but he just passed it off as like, oh my god, it's just like kind of funky. You have to like twist and turn and jiggle the little car ignition and then it'll actually work. Well, literally 2 days after I bought the car, it was completely a dud. I spent like $400 fixing it right afterwards, and I was a college student. I didn't have money for that. Not only that, that car was super cheap. I honestly swear if I was going to be in a car accident, I would have died. If you're gonna be driving a hunk of metal down 70 miles an hour on a freeway, definitely suggest investing in a car that you're gonna feel safe in. At least don't buy the first car you test drive. That's probably one of the biggest regrets ever. So that is everything with today's video, and if you guys made it to the end of this video, I am shook to the core. So comment down below what color top you're wearing. My top is white. And if you guys want to, leave me down below some things that you guys completely regret purchasing in your life. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Bye.
Hey, you the best part of every single day. Ooh, no matter what I do, I'll be lost in you.